princess Nepo babies.
Welcome to Filmmakers React, where today I'm going to be reacting to Perfect Princess from Descendants Wicked Wonderland. And of course, it's the Disneyland version because nothing else has been released from this movie yet. So let's get started. One of the first things that I'm noticing are these glowing little circles that kind of resemble like if you had a disco ball and it's circling around and round and round and you see these little balls of light glowing. I'm watching this video over and over. We'll see it even more throughout the video. It adds some sort of whimsy. I know we're trying to make it feel like it's Wonderland, but I think these little glowing dots are all added in post. You can tell me in the comments if you disagree, but I don't really see the dots of light covering people or going over people. I truly believe these were all just added in post. And when I say going over people, I mean interacting with the person. So I just saw a dot go over a dancer, but I mean interacting where you can see it's literally light going on top of someone. Sometimes you'll see later in the video, it's a little distracting to me, but it is a nice little touch. So if that was something added in post, it was a nice touch. But it was something that drew my eye, especially as a filmmaker and an editor. It's those little touches that you don't always notice on the first watch that adds a ton to the video. And this might feel like a strange point to be pointing out, but I feel like one of the dancers in the back, and I'm 99% sure, is Sage. He was a dancer from the Descendants Worlds Collide tour, and he got really well known from that tour. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know him from before that, so I'm sorry, Sage, if you watch this. But now I know who you are, and I'm 99% sure that's you in the background dancing, and you are looking amazing, doing great.
Perfect princess Nepo babies.
Ways to find it, oh so fun. I never believed I'd see ya. We're looking at me.
When we're in this teacup area, because they filmed this fully in Disneyland, I want to wonder if those little pieces of light coming in from the corners is fake as well. I would like to put some money that those are completely fake. A lot of those times, those are basically sun flares if they were real. Just the way everything is moving, the camera is moving, the people are moving. I want to say those are fake as well, but do add a magical touch because it does make it feel very energetic and lively and colorful.
And pink is in another fun.
Princess.
Ooh, so we got a whip transition. These work really well because it feels very natural and it feels very purposeful, because it is. To get a good edit and transition to look right, for a whip transition to do that, you need to have a little bit of pre-planning, and this video does, throughout the video, use those types of transitions. It helps move the story along without feeling like a hard cut, and I think that was used super well in this situation.
It's clear we roll with the best.
Two heroes in the making. I know you.
So right here, this is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to make this video, because as a filmmaker, we're looking at all different parts of the video. We're thinking about how was it shot, how was it edited, and what was the thought process behind each shot. And honestly, we're talking about this one shot, but we do this push in and she puts her hand out and it transitions to basically the same scene as we pull out, and we see that moss that was around her now becomes people that are dressed in the moss costumes. But also you can tell that it goes from that red aesthetic with the person before her, and now we have her scene. We switch that really quickly. We go from that red aesthetic to this blue aesthetic. I would really love to know the thought process behind that, because like I said before, this was one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, was that was a very interesting thing to pick. I really believe you could have just made this a one take, because the moss behind the people while they were doing the first part with the guy talking right after that whip transition didn't need to be fake moss. I think it could have just been this already and not needed that extra transition. I think it was a strange choice. Honestly, if this ever reaches anyone that worked on this project, please let me know why you chose to do that. I think it's not bad, but as an editing perspective, it was very jarring to see this warm red tones and we switched to this blue, especially since I think Maddox Hatter, who comes on pretty much right next, is like a villain of the movie, and to have him be on a blue background instead of the red background, I really do believe we could have just kept it. It's those details that mean something, so somebody on the set really thought it was important, and it needed to be that transition, because honestly, you could have zoomed in, faded for a second, pulled back out, and it could have stayed that orange background and kept the moss people changing. Like, that could have been the change instead of changing the background as well.
Manners Hatter.
I believe that whip transition that he does right there is the best use of it in the video, because it feels the most natural and it feels like it's not super jarring.
They see us, perfect princess.
When we're talking about filming some sort of quote-unquote live event, when we're filming a music video like this and you have multiple different camera angles, you're filming a quote-unquote live event. They're dancing, and each time they're moving slightly, and when you cut in between them, even if it's from a different angle, but if it's from a different take, sometimes it's just slightly off. Maybe it's just at a different angle, things look a little different. The person is a little bit farther to the left or farther to the right. When you're having the person like before, the guy is dancing by himself and it's just one camera angle. I think that looks the best because everything flows together and you're not questioning, why are we jumping between different frames super quickly? I liked it where it was more feeling like a one take, and it doesn't feel like it needs to be hard cuts quickly moving from one angle to another like they're choosing to do here.
We done.
So we changed everything.
But this one, out of all of the transitions, I feel like is the weakest. He does that turning movement, but nothing in that second clip where we have Liamani, nothing feels like it's turning. Like, I really would have loved if the camera was kind of rotating just a tiny bit as we were coming into her shot. I feel like it would have felt a little bit more natural and it would have made it feel like everything was connected just a tiny bit more. But that is a huge just nitpick editing wise.
What have we done? And pink is in another fun.
We're at the end of the video and we're doing this like group shot with all of the main characters, and they're kind of standing there in a hero pose, and then they cut back a little bit and then Liamani does this last section of the song, but it was like a different take or a different camera angle. It was just a little jarring. I think with this tight angle that you had, I think you probably could have just had the cameraman back up for just a second and shown that instead of cutting to a new camera angle and creating that sharp change to see her do that dance movement. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love these movies. Descendants, Wicked Wonderland, I am so excited for. And honestly, this summer is full of tons of things, all things Disney Channel. So we have, you know, Camp Rock, we have Descendants Worlds Collide Tour. So if you would like to see more content from me reacting to Disney Channel movies, music videos, coming from a filmmaker's perspective, please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like button. I will see you guys next time. Peace.